Welcome to Midnight Physicist, where we embark on a journey beyond the stars. Tonight, we begin with a question that has echoed through the minds of philosophers, scientists, and dreamers alike. Does space have an end? As we explore the vastness of the universe, we'll uncover the mysteries of space, gently peeling back layers of wonder and curiosity. As you continue your journey through the vast cosmos, you begin to notice something beautiful, something profound, a quiet. It is not the stillness of emptiness, not the absence of sound or movement, but a deep, resonant peace that permeates the universe. It is the quiet of the infinite silence that is not empty, but full of meaning, full of existence. You begin to feel it in your bones, in the rhythm of your heartbeat, in the gentle flow of your breath. It is the same quiet that exists in the spaces between the stars, the calm that stretches out between the galaxies. The universe itself is alive, breathing, moving, but within it, there is an underlying peace of quiet that holds everything together, that sustains it, that allows it to exist. You realize that this quiet is not the absence of sound, but the presence of something much deeper, much more profound. It is the stillness that exists within the very heart of existence. It is the pulse of the cosmos, the gentle vibration that flows through everything, from the smallest particle to the largest galaxy. This quiet is not something that can be heard with the ears. It is something you feel, something that resonates within you, deep within your soul. It is the stillness of the universe, the peace that comes with knowing that everything is as it should be, that everything is unfolding in its own time, in its own way. As you drift through this quiet vastness, you begin to understand that this is the essence of the infinite. The infinite is not a chaotic, unorganized expanse. It is a space of peace, of order, of balance. The stars do not burn with reckless abandon. The galaxies do not swirl aimlessly. Everything in the universe exists in a delicate harmony, a perfect balance that is maintained by the quiet that flows through it all. This quiet is the force that binds the cosmos together, the energy that sustains it, the breath that gives life to everything. It is the invisible thread that connects every star, every planet, every galaxy, every living being, weaving them together into the grand, infinite tapestry of existence. You begin to feel this quiet deeply, like the soft embrace of the universe itself. It is not a cold, distant silence, but a warmth, a comfort, a sense of belonging. You are a part of the infinite quiet, just as the stars are, just as the galaxies are. You are not separate from the universe, not disconnected from its peace. You are woven into it, part of the same great cosmic dance that has been unfolding for eons. The quiet of the infinite is not a barrier. It is a connection, a bond that ties you to everything that is, that was, and that will be. In this stillness, you feel a deep sense of contentment. The universe does not rush, does not hurry. It moves at its own pace, unfolding in its own time, and you, too, are moving at your own pace. The quiet of the infinite is not something to be feared or avoided. It is a gift, a reminder that all things are in their right place, that all things are unfolding as they should. The stars will burn out, the galaxies will collide, but in the end, there will always be quiet, a peace that transcends time, space, and existence itself. You feel a deep peace settle within you as you float through the vast expanse of the cosmos. The quiet of the infinite is not a void. It is a presence, a force that is always there, always surrounding you. You are part of it, just as the stars are, just as the galaxies are. The quiet is not an absence, but a presence. It is the heart of the universe, the essence of existence itself. As you reflect on this, you begin to understand that this quiet is not just a feature of the universe, it is the very foundation of it. The universe, in all its vastness, is held together by this quiet, by this peace. It is the force that allows everything to exist, to grow, to evolve. Without it, there would be chaos, dissonance, and fragmentation. But in the quiet, everything finds its place, its rhythm, its harmony. The quiet is the space between the stars, the pause between the breaths of the universe, the stillness that holds everything together. You begin to feel a profound connection to this quiet, to the peace that flows through the cosmos. It is not a quiet that is empty or silent. It is a quiet that is full of life, full of energy, full of the potential for creation. It is the space where all things are born, where all things are made, and where all things return to. The quiet of the infinite is the source of everything, the origin of all life, all thought, all existence. As you float deeper into the vast expanse, you feel the quiet surrounding you, holding you, embracing you. It is a peace that transcends the boundaries of space and time, a stillness that is eternal, infinite. And in this quiet, you understand that there is no need to seek answers, no need to rush toward understanding. The answers will come in their own time, in their own way. The quiet of the infinite is not something to be filled with noise or activity. It is something to be experienced, to be felt, to be embraced. In this moment of stillness, you realize that the quiet of the infinite is not just a cosmic phenomenon. It is a reflection of your own inner peace. The universe and you are not separate. You are a part of the same cosmic fabric, woven together by the same threads of quiet, of peace, of presence. The quiet of the infinite exists within you, just as it exists in the cosmos. And in that realization, you feel a deep sense of connection to everything that is, to everything that has been, and to everything that will be. The quiet of the infinite is not an end, it is a beginning. It is the space where everything starts, where everything unfolds. It is the breath between moments, the pause between thoughts, the stillness between actions. It is the foundation of the universe, the heart of existence, the peace that sustains all things. And as you rest in this quiet, you feel a deep sense of peace within yourself. You are a part of the universe, and the universe is a part of you. The quiet of the infinite is not something distant or unattainable. It is within you, and you are within it. The peace of the cosmos is your peace, and you are part of the eternal, infinite rhythm that holds the universe together. With this understanding, you let go of the need to know everything, to control everything, to understand everything. The quiet of the infinite is not something to be figured out. It is something to be felt, to be experienced, to be embraced. And in this quiet, you find peace. As you continue drifting through the endless expanse of space, a realization begins to take shape within your mind, slow and subtle at first, but undeniable as it grows. The universe, vast and infinite, is not something you can ever truly understand. All at once, there are no final answers to its mysteries, no moments of perfect clarity that will wrap everything up neatly, with all questions answered. Instead, the universe is a journey. It is an infinite, ongoing process, one that moves through time and space, always expanding, always growing, always shifting and evolving. And you, in this quiet moment, begin to realize that you, too, are part of this journey. The infinite journey is not a path with a clear destination. It is a movement, an ongoing exploration of the unknown. The stars that burn brightly in the night sky, the galaxies that swirl and dance across the cosmos, each one is part of this great cosmic journey. They are not static, they are constantly moving, constantly evolving. The universe is a living, breathing entity that is always in motion, always becoming something new. And just as the stars are always moving through space, so too is the journey of existence, a continual unfolding dot in this vast and ever-changing expanse. You begin to understand that there is no true end to the journey. The idea of a final destination, a moment where everything is resolved and understood, is an illusion. The universe does not work in this way. It is not bound by the limits of time and space that we impose on it. It is a journey that has no end, only an endless unfolding of new possibilities, new questions, and new discoveries. You begin to see that the infinite journey is not just something that happens on a cosmic scale. It is something that happens within you, too. Every moment of your life, every choice you make is part of your own personal journey. You are not a passive observer of your life, watching as events unfold around you. You are an active participant, moving through time and space, growing, learning, and evolving with every step you take. The journey of your life is infinite, just as the universe is. But the infinite journey is not just about movement. It is also about transformation. Just as the stars are born, burn brightly, and eventually fade into the darkness, so too does your own journey involve cycles of transformation. There are moments of creation, moments of destruction, and moments of quiet stillness. Each of these moments is part of the journey, each one contributing to the person you are becoming. The infinite journey is not a straight line, but a spiral, a winding path that leads you through countless experiences, each one shaping you, each one adding depth to your understanding of the universe and yourself. You begin to realize that the infinite journey is not something to be feared. It is something to be embraced. Just as the universe does not shy away from its endless expansion, neither should you shy away from the unknown, from the infinite possibilities that await you. The journey is not always easy, and it is not always clear, but it is always worth it. Every step you take, every decision you make, is a part of the grand cosmic adventure journey that will continue as long as the universe itself continues to unfold. And as you drift through space, you realize that you are not alone in this journey. The universe, in all its vastness and complexity, is a shared experience. Every star, every galaxy, every living being is part of this great cosmic journey. Just as you are moving through time and space, so too is everything else. You are connected to it all, woven into the very fabric of existence. The infinite journey is not a solitary one. It is a collective experience, a shared adventure that unites all beings, all stars, and all galaxies in one great cosmic dance. You think about the idea of connection, about how the universe is not made up of isolated objects, but of interconnected forces and energies. The stars are not separate from each other. They are connected by the same forces of gravity, the same threads of energy that bind the cosmos together. And just as the stars are connected, so too are you connected to everything else. Your journey is not separate from the universe's journey. It is a part of it, a small but important thread in the larger tapestry of existence. As you float further into the quiet of space, you begin to feel the pull of the journey. It is a gentle force, one that calls you forward, not with urgency, but with a quiet invitation to explore, to learn, to grow. The infinite journey does not demand that you reach any particular place, nor does it ask that you understand everything. Along the way, it simply invites you to take each step, to be present in each moment, and to embrace the unknown with curiosity and wonder. You begin to understand that the infinite journey is not just a journey through space and time. It is a journey of the mind, of the heart, and of the soul. Every experience you have, every lesson you learn, is a step along the path of your own evolution. The universe is not just a place, it is a process, one that shapes and molds you as you move through it. And just as the universe is constantly expanding, so too is your own understanding of it. Each moment is an opportunity for growth, for discovery, for transformation. In the vast, silent expanse of space, you realize that there is no final destination, no moment when everything is resolved and understood. The journey itself is the destination. It is the unfolding of existence, the movement of the stars, the birth and death of galaxies. It is the dance of creation, destruction, and renewal. And you are part of it, moving through it, growing with it, experiencing it with every breath you take, every step you make. And as you continue to float through the cosmos, you feel a deep sense of peace. The infinite journey is not something to fear. It is a journey of endless possibilities, of continuous transformation, of growth and discovery. The universe does not know an end. It only knows expansion, and so do you. You are part of the great cosmic dance, part of the infinite journey that stretches across time and space, forever unfolding, forever becoming. As you drift through the cosmos, the stars twinkling softly in the vast, dark expanse, a thought begins to form in your mind, one that feels almost too profound to grasp, yet undeniable in its essence. What if the universe itself is alive? What if the cosmos is not just a cold, empty void filled with inert matter, but a living, breathing entity, one that grows, evolves, and changes just as you do? This thought lingers with you, taking root in your consciousness. The stars that burn with such intensity, the galaxies that swirl with such beauty, could they be the lifeblood of the universe, pulsing with energy, the way blood pulses through veins? Could the universe be a vast organism, each galaxy and star a cell within a greater body, each part working together in an intricate, harmonious dance? You begin to see the universe in a new light, no longer as a collection of objects separated by vast distances, but as a single, living organism, a system where everything is connected, each part playing a crucial role in the ongoing process of creation and destruction. Just as every living organism is made up of cells that work together to sustain life, so too is the universe made up of galaxies, stars, and planets, each one playing its part in the grand cosmic process. It is a thought that seems both revolutionary and ancient, a concept that has appeared in the myths and philosophies of many cultures throughout history. The idea of the universe as a living being is not new, but it is one that resonates deeply within you. The universe is not something separate from you, something distant and remote. It is alive, and you are a part of it, just as a cell is part of a living body. As you contemplate this, you begin to feel the pulse of the cosmos around you. It is not a sound you can hear with your ears, but a feeling you sense deep within your being. The stars, the planets, the galaxies, they are all part of this living organism, each one contributing to the whole. Just as your body is made up of countless cells working together to sustain your life, so too is the universe made up of countless stars, galaxies, and forces working together to sustain the life of the cosmos. You wonder, what if every galaxy is like an organ functioning within the larger body of the universe? What if the movement of the galaxies, the birth and death of stars, the expansion of space itself, fall of these are part of the universe's cycle of life? Just as your body goes through cycles of growth, healing, and renewal, so too does the universe. Stars are born, live their lives, and then die, scattering their energy and stardust into the cosmos. This energy then becomes the building blocks for new stars, new galaxies, new worlds. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, knows no true end. It is in a constant state of renewal, of life, of growth. You feel a deep sense of awe as you realize that the universe is not a cold, lifeless void. It is a living, breathing entity, a cosmic organism that exists not just for you to observe, but for you to be a part of. The universe is not just out there, beyond the stars. It is within you, woven into the very fabric of your being. You, too, are part of this cosmic organism, a single cell within the greater body of the universe, contributing to its life and growth. This realization brings with it a sense of peace. The universe is not something distant, something to fear or feel disconnected from. It is something that lives and breathes just as you do. You are not separate from the cosmos. You are woven into it, a part of its living, breathing essence. And in that moment, you realize that the very idea of life is not confined to the earth or to living organisms as we know them. Life is a cosmic process, one that stretches across the stars, through the galaxies, and into the very fabric of the universe. As you continue to drift through space, you begin to wonder, how does the universe experience life? Is it conscious in the way that you are, aware of its existence, of its growth and evolution? Can the cosmos feel the pulse of its own energy, the ebb and flow of its own creation? Or is the universe simply a vast organism that moves and grows without self-awareness, driven by the same forces that govern all living beings, forces of energy, of gravity, of creation and destruction? The idea of a living universe raises more questions than it answers, but that is the beauty of it. The universe is not something to be understood in its entirety. It is a mystery, a living, breathing enigma that unfolds slowly over time. You realize that the universe's consciousness, if it has one, is not something you will ever fully comprehend. It is too vast, too complex, too infinite for your mind to grasp. But that does not make it any less real. The universe is alive, and you are part of its life, part of its process, of growth, of change, of renewal. You feel a deep connection to the stars, the galaxies, the very fabric of space itself. They are not distant objects to be admired from afar. They are living, breathing parts of the same cosmic organism that you are. And just as you are part of this greater organism, so too is everything else: a tree, a river, a single breath. Everything in the universe is part of the same living, breathing system, working together to sustain life in all its forms. In this moment, you understand that the universe is not just a series of random events. It is a process of life, of growth, of change. And you, like every star and every galaxy, are part of that process. You are not separate from the universe. You are the universe, experiencing itself in a way that no other part of it can. As you drift deeper into the cosmic sea, you let go of the need for answers, for complete understanding. The universe is a living being, a cosmic organism that grows, evolves, and transforms. It is both a mystery and a truth, and in that mystery there is beauty. You are a part of that beauty, woven into the very fabric of the cosmos. And as you continue your journey, you carry this realization with you: the knowledge that the universe is alive, and you are part of it. There is no separation, no distance between you and the stars, the galaxies, or the vast expanse of space. You are all one, a single thread woven into the greater tapestry of existence. The universe is alive, and you are living within it, breathing with it, growing with it. And in that realization, you find peace, knowing that you are never truly alone. The universe, in all its infinite wisdom and beauty, is always with you. As you drift through the eternal vastness of space, a thought begins to take root in your mind: the end. It is a word that carries with it so much weight, so many implications. We often think of endings as final, irreversible moments, but as you float through the cosmos, you begin to wonder if the universe itself understands the concept of an end. After all, the universe has been expanding for billions of years, ever changing, ever evolving. Can it ever truly come to an end? Or is there something more, something that stretches beyond the boundaries of our understanding? The stars around you, each one burning brightly in its own time, have their lives, some brief, others stretching out over millions of years. Yet, even they come to an end. Stars are born, live, burn, and eventually die, leaving behind remnants of their existence. But these remnants, too, contribute to the ongoing dance of the universe. When one star dies, it creates the conditions for others to be born. So, is death truly an end? Or is it merely a transitional shift in form that leads to new life, new possibilities, and new beginnings? As you ponder this, you feel a sense of wonder settle in. The death of a star, the collapse of a galaxy, may seem like an end, but they are not the end of everything. In the grand, infinite expanse of the universe, everything is part of a larger cycle that is never ending. The stars may burn out, their light fading into the darkness, but their energy, their stardust, continues to travel across space, creating new possibilities, new formations, new stars. The universe itself may undergo a transformation, but it will never cease to be. You begin to understand that the concept of an end is tied to our limited perception of time. We see things as having beginnings and endings because we experience time in a linear fashion. But the universe does not adhere to such limits. Time, space, and energy are all interconnected, flowing in an eternal cycle that knows no true end. In this vast cosmic dance, every ending is followed by a new beginning, new chapter in the story of the universe. This realization brings with it a deep sense of peace. The universe does not die. It transforms, it evolves, it renews itself. It is in a constant state of flux, constantly cycling through creation and destruction, birth and death. The stars and galaxies may fade, but they are always replaced by something new, something equally as beautiful, equally as mysterious. The end is not something to fear, it is simply part of the natural order, part of the grand cosmic rhythm that defines existence itself. You begin to see that, just like the universe, your own life follows this same cycle of beginnings and endings. You experience moments of birth, moments when new ideas, new relationships, new experiences emerge in your life. And you also experience moments of death, moments when things come to an end, when a chapter closes, when a phase of life fades into the past. But in both cases, there is no final end. There is only transformation. The moments that pass are not lost. They remain within you, shaping who you are, just as the stars leave behind their energy, their stardust, to create something new. As you reflect on this, you realize that the end is never truly an end. It is a shift, a transformation, a movement toward something new. The universe continues to expand, to evolve, to create, and you too are part of this endless cycle of creation and transformation. Your own journey, though it may have moments of ending, is always moving forward, always unfolding into new possibilities. Just as the universe does not come to a definitive end, neither does your own story. It continues, always evolving, always becoming. And yet, there is something beautiful in the awareness that everything, every star, every moment, every experience will eventually pass. The universe is a reminder that nothing is permanent, nothing is static. It is in constant motion, constantly transforming, constantly renewing itself. And this is what makes it beautiful. The fleeting nature of each moment, of every star, is what gives the universe its depth, its meaning, its endless potential. As you float further into space, you feel a deep connection to the universe, to the cycle of life, death, and rebirth that unfolds before you. The end is not something to fear or resist. It is simply part of the ongoing dance of existence. Every moment, every star, every galaxy is part of a larger, infinite rhythm that has no beginning and no end. You are part of this rhythm too. Your life, like the stars, is a spark of energy that burns brightly for a time and then fades into something else, something new, something unknown, something beautiful. And as you reflect on the infinite nature of the universe, you begin to see that your own journey is not defined by beginnings and endings. It is defined by the moments in between, the moments of transformation, of growth, of discovery. Every moment, every breath is part of the ongoing rhythm of life. The end is not something that defines you. It is simply a transition, a passing, a shift in the flow of time and space. You close your eyes, and for a moment, you allow yourself to be still. The universe continues to expand, to evolve, to transform, and so, to do you. In this moment of quiet reflection, you understand that the end is not something to fear. It is simply part of the journey, the eternal dance of creation, destruction, and rebirth that is woven into the very fabric of the universe. And with that understanding, you find peace. As you float deeper into the infinite vastness, you begin to sense that the universe is more than just a collection of stars and galaxies. It is a reflection, a mirror of something greater, something deeply personal. It reflects not only the beauty of the cosmos, but also the complexity of existence itself. You begin to wonder, what is it that the universe mirrors? Is it merely the external, the stars and planets that fill the night sky? Or is there something deeper, something more profound that lies within? You realize that the universe does not merely reflect the physical world. It also reflects the inner workings of your own mind. Just as you are a part of the vast cosmos, so too is the cosmos a part of you. It mirrors your thoughts, your dreams, your questions, and your experiences. The stars that burn brightly in the sky are not just distant lights. They are symbols, mirrors of the light that burns within you. They reflect your own curiosity, your own desire to understand the unknown, your own longing for connection to something greater than yourself. In this moment, you understand that the universe and your mind are not separate. They are interconnected, woven together by the same forces that bind the stars, the planets, and the galaxies. The patterns of the cosmos are mirrored in the patterns of your thoughts, the movements of your mind reflecting the movements of the universe itself. The same energy that fuels the stars fuels your own creativity, your own drive to explore, to learn, to grow. The vastness of space is not something that exists outside of you. It is something that exists within you, in the depths of your consciousness. As you drift through space, you begin to see that the universe itself is a reflection of your own inner journey. Just as the stars are born, live, and die, so too are your experiences. You are not a passive observer of the cosmos, watching from a distance as events unfold. You are an active participant in this grand cosmic dance, a thread in the fabric of existence. The choices you make, the thoughts you think, the emotions you feel, they are all part of the same cosmic flow that shapes the universe. You think about how the universe is constantly changing. Stars are born, they burn brightly for eons, and then they fade away, collapsing into black holes or exploding into supernova. Galaxies collide, merging and reshaping in the vast dance of the cosmos. This cycle of creation and destruction is not just something that happens on a cosmic scale. It is something that happens within you as well. Your thoughts and feelings, too, are constantly changing, shifting, evolving. Like the stars, they burn brightly for a time, and then they fade, only to be replaced by new thoughts, new feelings, new ideas. But just as the stars leave behind traces of their existence, energy like so to do your thoughts leave behind traces in the vast landscape of your mind. These traces are the memories, the lessons, the experiences that shape who you are. They are not lost when the thought or feeling fades. They remain stored in the depths of your consciousness, ready to be revisited when the time is right. The past may fade into the distance, but its imprint remains, like the light of a distant star that continues to travel across space long after the star itself has burned out. The idea of the universe as a mirror is both beautiful and humbling. It reminds you that everything is connected, that nothing exists in isolation. The universe does not simply reflect the physical world. It reflects the essence of all things, the energy, the thoughts, the dreams, the emotions that make up existence itself. Just as the cosmos is a vast, interconnected web of galaxies and stars, so too is your mind a vast, interconnected web of thoughts and experiences. You begin to reflect on how this mirror works. It is not a static reflection, not a simple image that is cast and then forgotten. The mirror of the universe is dynamic, ever-changing, just as you are. Each moment is a new reflection, a new opportunity to learn, to grow, to understand more about the cosmos and yourself. Just as the stars are constantly shifting and evolving, so too are you. Each new thought, each new experience is a reflection of who you are becoming, not who you were. And yet, in this reflection, there is a deep sense of peace. The mirror of the universe is not something to fear, nor is it something to control. It simply is. It reflects everything, without judgment, without bias. It is a reminder that the universe is a living, breathing entity, constantly evolving, just as you are. It does not force you to change, nor does it dictate your path. It simply reflects what is, what was, and what could be. The mirror of the cosmos is a tool of self-discovery, a reminder that everything you experience, everything you are, is part of the greater whole. You begin to see that the universe, in all its complexity, is a reflection of the infinite potential that lies within you. Just as the universe is not bound by the limits of space and time, neither are you. You are a part of the infinite, a reflection of the universe itself, capable of endless growth, transformation, and creation. The mirror does not show you only what you are. It shows you what you can be, what you will be, and what you already are deep within your soul. In this quiet moment, you allow yourself to be still, to rest in the reflection of the universe. You are both a part of the cosmos and the cosmos itself. The stars, the galaxies, the very fabric of space, all of it is within you. And as you reflect on this, you realize that the mirror of the universe is not just a tool for self-discovery. It is a tool for connection. Through this mirror, you are connected to everything, every star, every planet, every living being. You are not alone in the vast expanse of space. You are part of it, woven into the same cosmic fabric that binds all things together. The universe, like the mirror, reflects all things: the beauty, the chaos, the light, and the darkness. It is a reminder that everything is interconnected. Everything is part of the same cosmic dance. The universe does not judge, it simply is, and in its being, it reveals the truth of existence. Just as you are a part of the universe, so too is the universe a part of you. You feel a deep sense of peace wash over you as you drift in this vast reflection. The mirror does not require you to understand everything. It simply reflects what is, and in that reflection, you find comfort. The universe, with all its infinite complexity, is a reflection of the infinite within you. You are both a part of it, and it is a part of you. You are, in every sense, connected. And so, as you float deeper into the cosmos, you wonder, what does the universe reflect in you? What is it showing you about your own journey, your own path? The answer, you realize, is not one that can be found in a single moment or in a single reflection. It is an ongoing journey, an ever-changing dance between you and the universe. The mirror is not a static object. It is dynamic, just like you. It reflects who you are at this moment, but it also reflects who you can become in the quiet vastness of space. You allow yourself to rest in this realization. The universe is not something distant or separate. It is a part of you, and you are a part of it. The mirror of the cosmos is not something to be feared or misunderstood. It is a reflection of the infinite possibilities that lie within you, waiting to be discovered. And in this quiet, peaceful moment, you feel a deep sense of connection to all things, knowing that the universe is not just around you, it is within you. As you continue your journey through the endless expanse of space, you feel a soft yet constant pull in the fabric of time. It's subtle, almost imperceptible, but it's there moving through the universe, guiding the rhythm of the cosmos. Time is not something you can touch or see, but it moves through everything. Just as gravity binds stars and galaxies together, time binds all things in existence. It flows through the universe, shaping the course of events, and creating the rhythm that governs all motion. You start to feel the presence of time, not as an abstract concept, but as a force, something that is always moving, always changing, and always guiding the universe forward. Time is not linear, not always straightforward. It stretches and contracts, bending under the influence of gravity, slowing down near massive objects and speeding up when far from them. Time is a dynamic, living thing, one that is woven into the very fabric of space. Every moment in the universe is tied to time, and time itself is tied to everything that exists in this quiet space. You begin to sense the vast complexity of time. There is no single static flow of time. Instead, it is a web woven across the cosmos, intersecting with the lives of stars, galaxies, planets, and beings. Each of these, in its own way, experiences time differently, bending and stretching as it moves through the fabric of space. The stars age in a rhythm that is dictated by their mass, burning for billions of years before collapsing into black holes, while other, smaller stars flicker into being and burn out much more quickly. Time is both an illusion and a constant, something that moves in many directions, yet always propels everything forward. You feel the stretch of time as you move through it, not just in the vastness of space, but also in your own experience. Just as the stars burn slowly, enduring for eons, your life, too, is part of this eternal flow. You are a fleeting moment in the grand scheme of time, yet your experience of it is profound. Time does not wait for anyone. It moves forward, inexorably, but unlike the stars, whose fate is sealed by the forces of gravity and mass, you can feel time differently. You can influence it, experience it, and move through it in ways the universe itself cannot. In this realization, time takes on a more personal meaning. It is not just the rhythm of the cosmos. It is the rhythm of your own existence. You begin to see how time connects everything. Time is the silent witness to the birth of stars, the formation of galaxies, the rise and fall of civilizations, and the ebb and flow of lives. Every moment that passes is a moment that adds to the story of the universe, a chapter in the ever-expanding book of existence. But time, though it moves forward relentlessly, is not always easy to understand. It is not always predictable. In some places, time seems to move faster, while in others, it slows down, stretching and warping under the influence of gravity. Time bends, and in its bending, it creates the vast fabric of the universe. You float through the cosmos, and as you do, you begin to understand how time itself has shaped everything around you. You feel it in the movement of the stars, in the rotation of the planets, in the very pulse of the universe. But you also begin to realize that time is not only a measure of the physical universe, it is a measure of existence itself. Every moment that passes brings with it a new opportunity, a new possibility. Time allows for growth, for change, for evolution. But there is a deeper mystery to time. You wonder if time is so deeply connected to the fabric of space, then what happens when time itself is warped, twisted, or even suspended? You think of black holes, regions of space where time ceases to behave normally. These mysterious objects bend time and space to such an extreme that within their event horizon, time seems to stop. The closer you get to a black hole, the more time distorts, until it appears to freeze altogether. This is a place where the very rules of the universe break down, where time as we know it becomes something entirely different. The black hole, in its infinite density, seems to hold the universe in its grasp, manipulating time itself, drawing everything into its singularity. The thought of time, if time can be bent, if it can be stretched and compressed, what does that mean for the future of the universe? What does it mean for our understanding of existence? In the quiet of space, as you drift between galaxies, you realize that time itself is a puzzle, one that no one has yet solved, but one that holds the key to understanding the deepest secrets of the cosmos. You wonder if time is truly linear, as it appears to us, or is it possible that time exists in a more fluid, flexible form, one that can be experienced in different ways by different observers in different regions of space? You wonder if the future already exists in some form, just as the past does. Could the future be written already, waiting to unfold as time moves forward? Or is it truly a mystery, something that will only reveal itself as time moves on? And in this moment of reflection, you understand something else. Time is not just the movement of the cosmos. It is the movement of all things, including you. You are not separate from time. You are a part of it. You are moving through it, experiencing it, just as the stars are. Your moments are brief, fleeting, but they are your moments, part of the vast fabric of existence. Just as the stars will burn out one day, so too will your time in this universe come to an end. But time does not end with you. It continues, stretching beyond your own existence, just as the universe continues its own journey, ever expanding, ever growing, forever moving forward. In the quiet vastness of space, you rest in the knowledge that time is both a force of inevitability and a source of possibility. It is not something to be feared, nor something to control. It is the rhythm of life itself, guiding everything forward. And as you drift, you realize that while time is boundless, it is also precious. It is a gift, a precious moment in the infinite journey of the universe. Each moment, each second, holds within it the infinite potential of creation, growth, and change. And in the quiet hum of the universe, you understand that time, though it moves relentlessly forward, is also the thread that ties everything together. You begin to feel the pulse of time, not as something distant, but as something deeply connected to the rhythm of your own being. You are part of the universe's time, just as the stars are part of its light. The universe, vast and infinite, moves through time, and so do you. Each moment, though fleeting, is a part of this great cosmic journey. And as you continue to drift through the universe, you feel the steady pull of time guiding you forward. As you drift further into the cosmos, a new sense of wonder fills you, a feeling not of awe for the vastness of space, but of the infinite possibilities that lie within it. The universe, you realize, is not just an empty void, not a space filled solely with stars, galaxies, and planets. It is a canvas, a vast, infinite expanse, waiting for new possibilities to unfold. You begin to see it as a realm of endless potential, where anything and everything could happen, given enough time, space, and imagination. The concept of infinite possibility is something difficult to grasp, for the mind tends to seek boundaries and limitations. But in the quiet stillness of space, you begin to understand that the universe does not work within those confines. It is a realm where the impossible becomes possible, where new stars are born and new galaxies form. Even in the vastness of the unknown, the universe is not stagnant, is dynamic, forever changing, growing, evolving, with endless potential in every direction. Every corner of the universe, you realize, holds the potential for something new to be created. Just as new stars are born from the dust of exploded ones, so too can new ideas emerge from the vast cosmic dust of existence. Every galaxy, every planet, every star is the product of a unique series of events, a series of infinite possibilities, coming together to create something entirely new. And even within those possibilities, there are more events, more changes, more transformations that have yet to take place, but are on their way, waiting to unfold. It is not just the birth of stars that represents the infinite possibilities of the universe. It is everything that exists within it. You begin to see that the universe itself is a reflection of creation, the act of new things coming into being. The forces of gravity, energy, and time do not simply shape the stars and galaxies. They create them. The universe is a constant process of creation, a continuous unfolding of infinite potential. Everything you see is the result of a series of possibilities that came together, a beautiful dance of forces and energy that brought them into existence. You feel this sense of infinite possibility, not just in the cosmic scale, but in your own life. The universe is, after all, the same kind of creation. If the stars and galaxies are born out of the infinite, then so too are the moments of your life, the choices you make, and the paths you follow. Just as the universe has no limits to its potential, neither do you. The possibilities within your own life stretch out before you, just as the stars stretch across the sky. You are not bound by the limits you see. You are part of this vast, ever-expanding universe, filled with potential, always reaching for what comes next. As you float in the calm vastness, the stars moving gently around you, you begin to consider the nature of creation itself. What does it mean to create, to bring something new into existence? It is not simply the birth of stars or the formation of galaxies. Creation is a force that pulses through the universe, that gives rise to everything. It is the possibility that exists in every moment, in every heartbeat, in every thought. The universe, in its infinite possibility, gives birth to everything, from the smallest particle to the largest galaxy. And this creation is not a one-time event. It is an ongoing process, a continual unfolding of possibilities that will never cease. You understand now that the universe is a reflection of the infinite potential that exists within you. Just as stars are formed, live and die, so too are your moments, your ideas, your thoughts. They are born, they evolve, and they eventually fade, only to be replaced by new possibilities, new creations. The act of creation is not something that happens once. It is a constant process, a dance of possibilities that never ends. And yet, in the quiet of space, you feel a sense of peace in this realization. The universe, in all its infinite potential, is not a place of chaos or uncertainty. It is a place of balance, of harmony, where everything has a place, even the possibilities that have yet to be realized. You are not lost in the infinite expanse. You are part of it. A small but essential part of the ongoing creation that shapes everything. Just as the stars find their place in the vast universe, so too will you find your path in the infinite possibilities of your own life. There is a gentle beauty in knowing that the universe is full of infinite possibilities. It is not a place where answers come easily, but where questions and ideas unfold in an endless flow. Just as galaxies continue to form and stars continue to shine, so too does the infinite potential within you continue to grow, to evolve, and to create. You are not bound by time or space. You are part of a greater whole, a process of continuous creation that will never cease in this quiet, vast expanse. You understand that the beauty of the universe lies not in its limits, but in its infinite potential. There is no end to what could be, no limit to the possibilities that exist. You are not a passive observer of this infinite creation. You are a participant, a creator in your own right, adding your own unique thread to the cosmic web of existence. The infinite possibilities of the universe stretch out before you, and yet you do not fear the unknown. You embrace it, for it is in the unknown that the true beauty of the universe lies, the endless potential, the endless possibilities waiting to be discovered. And in this realization, you feel a deep peace. The universe, in all its infinite potential, is a place of creation, a place of endless possibility. And so are you. As you continue your journey through the infinite expanse of space, something remarkable begins to take shape in your mind. You are no longer just an observer, but a participant in something much larger, something so intricate and profound that it seems to pulse through the very fabric of the cosmos. You begin to notice, as your senses attune to the rhythm of the universe, that the stars and galaxies are not isolated entities drifting aimlessly through space. No, they are part of something far grander, a network, an invisible, complex web that stretches across the entire universe, connecting every point in space, every star, every galaxy, every corner of existence. At first, you wonder if this is merely a metaphor, a way for the human mind to understand something too vast and incomprehensible. But as you float further, deeper into the cosmos, you begin to sense the undeniable presence of this cosmic web. It is a structure that binds everything together, weaving galaxies and stars into an intricate, elegant pattern, a living, breathing, design that holds the universe in balance. The concept of a web is not one that is foreign to you. You have seen webs before spun by spiders, delicate and fragile, yet surprisingly strong. These webs connect different points, allowing the spider to move from one part to another with ease. They are not random, they are deliberate, purposeful. And as you contemplate this image, you realize that the cosmic web operates on the same principle, though on a scale that is beyond anything you have ever experienced. It is a cosmic network, not of threads you can see or touch, but of invisible forces that stretch across the universe: gravity, dark matter, and the energy that binds everything together. Imagine for a moment that each galaxy, each star, is a knot in this web. They are not isolated, not floating freely in space. Instead, they are connected by invisible strands of gravitational pull, dark energy, and unseen forces that shape their movements and interactions. Just as the threads in a spider's web are tied together, each galaxy in the universe is connected to the others. This is not a static structure. It is a dynamic, ever-changing network, constantly shifting and evolving. Just as your body is made up of countless cells, atoms, and molecules, each one playing a vital role in the larger system, so too is the universe, a complex, interconnected web of galaxies, stars, and forces, and you are a part of it. As you float through this cosmic web, you realize that you are not a detached observer. You are, in fact, woven into this structure, a part of the very fabric of existence. Just as the stars are held together by gravity, you too are held in place by the forces of nature that stretch across the universe. Everything you see, everything you feel, is part of this grand design, this infinite web that connects everything, from the smallest subatomic particles to the largest galaxies. You begin to feel the pull of this web, not physically, but emotionally, spiritually. It is as though you are being drawn into the very heart of the universe, where the threads of gravity and dark matter vibrate in harmony, creating the intricate patterns that shape the cosmos. It is a quiet, soothing pull, not unlike the gentle current of a river, drawing you deeper into the flow of existence. The more you float, the more you begin to see the underlying pattern of the universe. The stars do not move aimlessly, nor do the galaxies wander through the void in isolation. Every movement, every shift, every rotation is part of the grand design of the cosmic web. There is order here, even in the chaos of space. It is a pattern that stretches across the infinite expanse, connecting all things, guiding them, ensuring that everything remains in balance. But this web is not only a physical structure, it is also a metaphor for something deeper truth that connects everything in the universe. Just as the threads of the web connect the galaxies, stars, and planets, so too are we all connected through the invisible threads of consciousness, emotion, and thought. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, operates on a level that transcends the physical. It is a vast network, not only of matter, but of ideas, feelings, and energy. Every thought you have, every emotion you feel, ripples through this web, just as every action, no matter how small, affects the greater whole. You realize that, just as the cosmic web is not something we can easily see with our eyes, the connections between all things are not always visible to the naked eye, but they are there, beneath the surface, woven into the very fabric of existence. Every interaction, every relationship, every moment of connection is a thread in the web, linking us to each other and to the universe itself. We are not isolated beings floating alone in space. We are part of something much greater, vast, interconnected network, linking us to everything that has come before and everything that will come after. The more you reflect on this cosmic web, the more you begin to understand that the universe is not a collection of random events, nor is it a collection of isolated beings. It is a living, breathing organism, a dynamic system in which every part is connected to every other part. There is no beginning and no end to this web. It is eternal, infinite, and ever expanding. Just as the stars are born and die in cycles, so too does the web continue to expand, its threads stretching out into the unknown, creating new connections, new patterns, and new mysteries. As you continue your journey through this cosmic web, you feel a deep sense of wonder. The universe is not a place of randomness or chaos. It is a place of incredible design, a web of interconnectedness that stretches across time and space, binding everything together in a harmonious whole. You are a part of this web, just as every star, every galaxy, every living being is. And as you float in the peaceful vastness, you realize that you are not just a passive observer of the universe. You are an active participant in this web, contributing to the greater whole with every thought, every action, every moment of your existence. In the silence of space, you hear the subtle hum of the cosmic web, a sound that is not loud but is felt deep within your being. It is the sound of the universe, of everything in existence, vibrating in harmony. This hum is not just a sound. It is a presence, a force that connects all things. It is the heartbeat of the universe, a constant rhythm that pulses through the cosmos, reminding you that you are never truly alone. You are a part of this web, and it is a part of you. And as you drift further, you begin to feel a sense of peace. The cosmic web is not something to fear. It is something to embrace. It is not a structure that traps or confines you, but one that guides and supports you. You are not a separate entity drifting through an indifferent universe. You are an integral part of the web, woven into the very fabric of existence. The web does not limit you. It empowers you, connecting you to everything, to all that is, all that was, and all that will be. As you allow yourself to float deeper into this cosmic web, you wonder what mysteries lie hidden in the threads of this vast, interconnected network. What secrets are still waiting to be discovered, waiting to be revealed in the quiet expansion of the universe? With every passing moment, the web continues to grow, to stretch, to evolve. And in this ever-expanding network, you are not just a traveler. You are a part of the journey itself, a vital thread in the cosmic web that binds all things together. You are not just observing the universe, you are participating in it. And in this realization, you find peace, knowing that you are always connected, always a part of something greater, something infinite, something eternal. As you drift deeper into the endless expanse, a soft sense of wonder begins to fill the stillness around you. You are surrounded by the infinite, by the mysteries of the cosmos that seem to stretch out beyond the limits of understanding. The stars twinkle gently in the distance, and each one seems to whisper its own story, its own secret, carried across time and space to where you are now. And yet, for all that you observe, there is still so much that remains unknown. The universe is vast, and the more you learn about it, the more you realize that there are endless layers of mystery, each one unfolding just beyond your reach. No matter how far you travel, how deep you delve into the cosmos, there will always be more to discover, more questions to ask, and more answers waiting to be found. And perhaps that is the most beautiful part of the journey, the infinite nature of the mystery itself. You reflect on the nature of the infinite. What does it mean for something to have no end, no boundaries, no limitations? The idea of infinity can be overwhelming, and yet, in its vastness, it is also deeply comforting. To know that the universe is infinitely expansive, that there are always new horizons to explore, gives a sense of peace. The mystery is not something to be solved in an instant, but something to be experienced, to be felt in the quiet moments of reflection. You sense that the infinite is not a thing to be fully understood, but a concept to be embraced. The beauty of the universe lies in its mystery. The stars, the galaxies, the endless stretches of space, they are all part of something much larger than ourselves, something beyond our comprehension. And in this vastness, there is a gentle invitation to let go of the need for complete understanding, to simply rest in the awe of the unknown. In the quiet of space, you feel the hum of the universe, a soft vibration that seems to carry with it the essence of all that is. It is not a sound you hear with your ears, but a feeling you experience deep within. It is the pulse of existence itself, the rhythm of the cosmos that continues endlessly through time and space. And in this rhythm, you realize that the infinite is not something separate from you. It is something you are a part of, a living, breathing force that flows through you and connects you to everything around you. The mysteries of the universe are not meant to be solved all at once. They are meant to be savored, like a great work of art, admired from every angle, explored slowly over time. And as you float in the quiet embrace of space, you understand that there is no final answer, no ultimate truth. Instead, there is only the ongoing journey of discovery, a journey that has no end, no final destination. You feel a soft peace settle over you as you rest in this realization. The universe, with all its mysteries and infinite expanses, is a reflection of your own journey, one that is constantly unfolding, constantly expanding, and always reaching for something just beyond your grasp. There is no need to rush, no need to know everything right now. The mystery itself is beautiful, and in that beauty, there is a deep sense of comfort. You allow yourself to drift into this infinite mystery. You do not need to understand it all. You only need to be present with it, to feel the rhythm of the cosmos, and allow yourself to be a part of it. The answers will come in time, but for now, you are content simply to rest in the wonder of the unknown, and so you let go, surrendering to the vastness of the universe and its infinite mysteries. There is no need for closure, no need for finality. In the infinite, there is only the journey that continues, always unfolding, always expanding, just like the universe itself. As you float deeper into the cosmos, a profound stillness surrounds you. The universe, vast and infinite, stretches out in every direction, and you feel its infinite potential mirrored in your own mind. You begin to wonder if the universe is truly infinite, what of our minds? Are they not also boundless, capable of wandering through endless realms of thought, imagination, and wonder? In the quiet of space, your thoughts expand, much like the universe itself. Just as the stars stretch across the dark expanse, your mind, too, seems to reach outward, exploring ideas, concepts, and dreams that seem infinite. You realize that the mind, much like the universe, holds endless possibilities, constantly evolving, expanding, and growing. Each thought that arises in your mind is like a star being born, shining brightly for a moment before fading into the next idea, only to be replaced by something new. Yet, like the stars, your thoughts do not disappear entirely. They leave traces, echoes that linger in your consciousness, waiting to be revisited. The thoughts of today may fade, but they leave behind a map, a trail that leads to new ideas, new possibilities. You think about how the universe and the mind are connected, how both are in a constant state of expansion. Just as the universe stretches outward, its galaxies moving farther apart, your mind stretches, too, reaching for new knowledge, new understanding, new experiences. And like the universe, there is no end to this expansion. The more you learn, the more you realize there is yet to discover. Just as the more the universe expands, the more it reveals its mysteries. The mind, like the universe, is a place of infinite exploration. It is not limited by time or space. In this moment, as you float in the quiet of the cosmos, you feel a deep connection to both the vast universe and your own infinite mind. You are both a part of the infinite, and the infinite exists within you. The thoughts that fill your mind, the questions you ask, the curiosity you feel, they are all part of the same cosmic energy that drives the universe forward. You begin to reflect on the idea of perception. Just as the universe is vast and unknowable, so too is the mind. We can only understand what our senses allow us to perceive, but there is so much more beyond that. There are thoughts and feelings, memories and dreams, all of which exist beyond the physical realm. The universe, like the mind, is not something to be fully understood in one lifetime. Instead, it is something to be experienced, to be explored, to be embraced with open curiosity. In this moment, you feel the expansiveness of your own mind, stretching out like the galaxies before you. You realize that, just as the universe is made up of countless stars, your mind is made up of countless thoughts, experiences, and ideas, all interwoven and interconnected. The two are not so different, after all. Both are infinite, both are ever expanding, and both hold the potential for endless discovery. You rest in this quiet realization, knowing that the universe and your mind will continue to expand together. The questions you ask, the mysteries you explore, will always lead to new understandings, new insights, new wonders, and in this gentle unfolding, you find peace, knowing that the journey is as infinite as the destination. As you float through the cosmos, you carry the infinite within you, just as the universe carries its infinite potential. And you wonder, how much more can your mind expand? What new possibilities will you uncover in the vastness of your own thoughts? The journey, both inward and outward, is never truly over. It is infinite, just like the universe. In the quiet vastness of space, you find yourself surrounded by a deep, resonant silence. It is a silence that stretches out endlessly, broken only by the soft hum of the universe, itself a sound too gentle to hear, but felt deep within your being. As you float in this stillness, you begin to sense that this silence is not empty. It is full of echoes, whispers from the past, ripples from moments long gone, still traveling through the fabric of space. You wonder, what is it that these echoes carry? What secrets do they hold? And where do they come from? Could they be the traces of events that occurred billions of years ago, the faintest remnants of a time long past, still reverberating across the cosmos? Each star you see, each galaxy you observe, is a memory, a snapshot of time that continues to ripple outward. Long after the event itself has passed, the light you see from distant stars is one such echo, a messenger from the past. It left its source millions, even billions of years ago, traveling across the darkness, carrying with it the story of the star's existence. But light is not the only echo. The universe itself is filled with them, waves of energy, ripples in space-time, and gravitational waves that travel through the cosmos, carrying the memories of the universe's most profound events. You begin to think of these echoes as time itself. Time is not a simple flow from past to future. It is a series of overlapping echoes, each one carrying with it the imprint of what came before. The past and the future, though they seem separate, are always connected by these ripples coalesce that travel across the fabric of space-time, linking everything together in a continuous, infinite loop. As you contemplate this, you realize that these echoes are not just from the distant past. They are also from the future, a future that is yet to be written but is already on its way. The light from the stars you see today is already a part of the future, traveling toward you, carrying the potential of what is to come. Just as the past sends its echoes forward, the future is already sending its echoes back, shaping the present in ways we can hardly imagine. In this vast, infinite expanse, time becomes a cycle, a never-ending loop of echoes that travel forward and backward, connecting all things, all moments, all lives. The universe, in its quiet grace, is a symphony of echoes, each one part of a larger harmony that stretches across the cosmos. And in this moment, you feel a deep sense of belonging to this rhythm, this eternal song of the universe. You are part of the echoes, just as everything around you is part of the great melody. And so, as you drift deeper into space, you reflect on the beauty of these echoes. They are not just remnants of the past or predictions of the future. They are the pulse of the universe, the heartbeat of time itself. Each echo is a reminder that nothing truly ends. Even when a star burns out, its light continues to travel. Even when a galaxy fades, its story lingers on in the ripples it leaves behind. You close your eyes and feel the soft pulse of the universe, the echoes of forever surrounding you. In this infinite space, where time bends and stretches, you realize that you, too, are an echo, a small but vital part of this vast cosmic symphony. And as you listen to the music of the universe, you understand that these echoes will never cease. They will continue to travel across the stars, across time, forever. As you rest in the gentle hum of the cosmos, you wonder, what echoes will you leave behind? What ripples in space-time will carry your story long after you have gone? Perhaps, in the end, we are all part of a greater song, a melody that stretches across the universe, forever singing the story of existence. As you float deeper into the tranquil depths of space, you begin to feel a subtle shift. The vastness around you is no longer just a place to observe. It feels like something you are intimately connected to. The stars and galaxies seem to reflect something inside you, something deep within your heart. You begin to wonder, what does infinity mean to us as humans? How do we, so small and fleeting, grasp the concept of something that stretches beyond time and space, beyond any boundaries we know? The universe is infinite, vast beyond comprehension, yet your heart, too, holds an infinity of its own. Within you, there are countless thoughts, feelings, and dreams, an endless expanse of emotions, hopes, and memories that shape the person you are. Just as the universe stretches outward without end, your heart holds an inner universe, a landscape as complex and boundless as the stars themselves. You realize that this connection between the infinite universe and the human heart is not so different. In the quiet of space, both are vast, both are filled with potential, and both are ever growing. The heart, like the universe, constantly evolves, expanding with every experience, every emotion, every connection. Just as the stars are born and die, just as galaxies form and dissolve, so too does the heart experience cycles of growth, loss, and transformation. This connection between infinity and the heart is not just philosophical, it is deeply felt. Every time you look up at the night sky, you feel a connection to something greater than yourself, something that stirs within you, that whispers of the vastness of existence. The same forces that bind galaxies together, the gentle pull of gravity, the rhythm of time, are mirrored in the quiet pulses of your own heart. The steady rhythm that keeps you alive, connected to the world around you. You begin to understand that the infinite universe is not something separate from you, but something that exists within you. The same curiosity that leads you to seek answers about the stars, the same wonder that makes you gaze in awe at the cosmos, is the same curiosity that resides in your heart. The desire to understand, to explore, to connect to something greater. It is an infinite longing, a yearning that will never cease, just as the universe itself will never cease expanding. In this moment, you reflect on the nature of infinity. It is not just a concept of space or time. It is a feeling, an experience that resonates within every human being. The infinite universe is not something distant and removed from us. It is something we carry within ourselves in the quiet moments, when we pause to reflect, when we dream of what could be. The heart, like the universe, has no true end. It is a space that continues to grow, to love, to hope, to explore. As you drift through the vastness of space, you realize that infinity is not a place or a thing, but a journey. It is the constant expansion of understanding, of love, of connection. It is the unfolding of the universe, both around you and within you. And in that realization, you find a quiet peace. You are a part of this infinite journey, just as the stars are, just as the galaxies are. Your heart, too, is part of this cosmic dance, a dance that will never end. And so, as you continue your journey through the cosmos, you feel a deep sense of connection to the universe. It is infinite, yes, but it is also personal. It exists within you, in your heart, in your thoughts, in your dreams. And in this moment, you understand that the infinite is not something to be feared or understood. All at once it is something to be felt, to be experienced, to be embraced with an open heart. As you journey deeper into the cosmos, you find yourself drawn toward a place of profound mystery. It is a point where everything collapses, where time and space become so entwined that they no longer exist as separate entities. This place is the singularity, a point of infinite density, where the very fabric of the universe bends and twists into something beyond comprehension. At first, the idea of the singularity seems impossible, like a story too strange to be true. How could a point in space hold so much? How could something be so dense that even light cannot escape? But as you drift closer, you begin to sense the presence of this place. Not as a physical object, pulls everything around it into its embrace. In the distance, you can see the faintest hint of a black hole, a cosmic whirlpool of darkness that devours everything in its path. The black hole is not a hole in space, as it may first appear, but a region where gravity becomes so intense that it warps the very fabric of space-time. As you approach, you feel the pull of its gravity, like a gentle tug on your very being. You are not being dragged, not yet, but you can sense its power, its quiet force that pulls everything into its depths. The closer you get to the black hole, the more you realize that you are moving toward the singularity, that point where all paths converge. Here, gravity is so strong that it overwhelms everything, even light. As light is drawn toward the singularity, it stretches, bending and warping, unable to escape. The universe, in all its vastness, becomes compressed into a single point, a place where the known laws of physics break down, where time and space cease to function as we understand them. At the singularity, there is no past, no future, only the present moment, compressed into infinity. Everything that once existed is drawn into this point, where it is crushed into a state of unimaginable density. There is no room for anything else. The universe itself, in this place, seems to fold in on itself, collapsing into the singularity. As you contemplate the nature of the singularity, you realize that it represents both an end and a beginning. It is the point where everything we know comes to an end, where the rules of time, space, and matter break down. Yet it is also the beginning of something else, the starting point of new possibilities, new understanding, and perhaps even new universes. The singularity is a paradox, a place where all roads lead, but where no answers can be found. You float at the edge of this profound mystery, feeling the immense pull of the singularity, but you are not yet consumed by it. The gravitational forces are strong, but you are still safe, still a part of the universe, still moving through the vastness. You realize that though the singularity represents a place of ultimate collapse, it is also a place of ultimate potential where the universe could be reborn, where all that is old could be transformed into something new. In this quiet place, you sense that the singularity holds not just the end of the universe, but the essence of its beginning, a cycle that repeats itself again and again as the universe evolves and grows. The singularity is not an end, but a transformation, a moment where everything converges and then, perhaps, begins anew. As you drift back from the edge, the pull of the singularity still strong, but no longer overwhelming. You are left with a soft thought. Perhaps the singularity is not a place we are meant to understand fully. It is a reminder of the mysteries that lie at the heart of the universe, a place where even time and space cannot contain the infinite potential of what lies beyond. And as you relax into the quiet of space once more, you wonder what lies beyond the singularity. What new mysteries will the universe unfold when it is reborn? As you continue drifting through the vast expanse of space, a subtle shift in the rhythm of the universe begins to make itself known. The fabric of the cosmos is stretching, slowly but surely, like a great, quiet balloon being inflated. You can feel it in the airless space around you. A faint but undeniable sensation that everything is moving outward, expanding, reaching further into the infinite. This is the expansion of the universe, gentle, invisible force that stretches the very space between galaxies, slowly but relentlessly increasing the distance between everything. It is not a force that pushes or pulls. Rather, it is the stretching of space itself, a quiet unfolding of the cosmos. You imagine the universe as a vast, elastic sheet, and as time passes, the fabric is slowly pulled in every direction, causing the stars and galaxies to drift further apart. At first, this idea seems impossible to grasp. How can the universe itself expand? After all, if space is everything that exists, how can it grow? But as you continue to float, you begin to understand the universe is not expanding into something, it is expanding within itself, stretching outward like the surface of a balloon that grows larger as it inflates. There is no outside of the universe, no edge to reach. It is an expansion within its own boundaries, a quiet unfolding that continues endlessly. The galaxies around you, though each moving through space, are not moving through space in the way you might imagine. Instead, they are carried along with the expansion, like ships floating on a vast cosmic sea. It is not the galaxies that are speeding away from one another. Rather, the space between them is stretching, like the gentle pulling apart of the threads of a vast cosmic web. You begin to see this expansion as a beautiful, slow dancer rhythm that flows through the very fabric of space-time. As you watch, the galaxies, they seem to drift further and further apart. But this distance is not because they are actively fleeing each other. It is the stretching of space itself that causes them to appear as if they are moving away. In this way, the expansion of the universe is not something that happens in a single moment, but something that is constantly occurring, gently unfolding. Over time, as you drift further, you feel a sense of wonder wash over you. The expansion of the universe is not something to fear. It is simply the natural state of things. Like a breath, it rises and falls, expanding and contracting. A movement that is as natural as the turning of the seasons or the rising and setting of the sun. The universe is not static, but ever growing, ever changing, an endless dance that will never cease. The idea that the universe is expanding raises a question. If the universe is constantly growing, does that mean it will continue to expand forever? Will the galaxies drift so far apart that eventually there will be nothing left but the quiet void of space? It is a thought that lingers gently in the back of your mind, but you realize that in this moment it doesn't matter. The expansion of the universe is a process that will unfold in its own time, at its own pace, and it is not for you to predict or control. Instead, you find comfort in the idea that the universe is in constant motion, forever stretching outward. always reaching for something just beyond its grasp. There is no end to the expansion, no final destination, no edge to find. The universe simply unfolds, like a flower blooming slowly and steadily, with no need for hurry. You let yourself relax into this understanding, knowing that, like the universe, you too are expanding. With every moment, every breath, every thought, you are part of this cosmic unfolding. And though the expansion of the universe may seem slow and distant, it is also part of a greater whole, a grand design that continues to move, forever stretching, forever reaching, just as you are. To dot as you float in the quiet vastness, you reflect on the beauty of this expansion, how it reminds you that even in the emptiness, there is always movement, always growth, always change. And with that thought, you allow yourself to drift deeper into the infinite, knowing that the universe, in its quiet expansion, will always be with you, unfolding in its own time, just as you are unfolding in yours. As you continue drifting through the boundless cosmos, a subtle force begins to make itself known. It is gentle, almost like a soft, invisible hand holding everything in place. You can't see it, but you can feel it. This force is gravity, and it is the silent architect of the universe. Gravity binds the stars, the planets, the galaxies, and even light itself. It pulls at you, at the very fabric of space and time, shaping the universe into the delicate dance of motion that you observe. Without gravity, everything in the universe would drift aimlessly, disconnected, untethered. It is gravity that holds the cosmos together, that creates order out of the seeming chaos. You imagine gravity as a web stretching across the universe, connecting everything. Every star, every planet, every moon, and every asteroid is bound by this invisible thread, drawn into a delicate dance. The heavier the object, the stronger its pull, like a dancer at the center of a ballroom, pulling the other dancers into a graceful orbit around it. The universe, with all its vastness, is in constant motion, but this motion is not random. It is the gentle, guiding hand of gravity that ensures everything follows a rhythm, a pattern. In this quiet space, you realize that gravity is not just a force that pulls things down, but a force that pulls things together. It draws stars into galaxies, and galaxies into clusters. It binds planets to stars and moons to planets. Gravity is what allows us to exist in the way we do. It is why the Earth, our home, stays in its place around the sun, why we are anchored to the ground, and why the tides rise and fall with the moon. Without gravity, life as we know it would not be possible. You begin to understand that gravity is a force of connection, of unity. It doesn't just pull things toward, it creates bonds between them. Each celestial body, each molecule, each living being is part of a greater whole, connected by the thread of gravity. As you drift further into the cosmos, you observe the movements of galaxies, their stars spiraling gracefully toward one another, pulled by the unseen hand of gravity. It's a slow dance, one that has been happening for billions of years and will continue for billions more. The galaxies don't rush. They move in their time, drawn gently into the embrace of each other's gravity. Even in the vastness of space, gravity's pull is felt, pulling you deeper into its quiet embrace. As you float, you notice the subtle dance of planets and moons, moving in perfect harmony. They are not just objects drifting in space. They are partners in an eternal waltz, each move dictated by gravity's gentle guidance. But as you observe this cosmic dance, you also begin to see that gravity, though it creates order, is not without its mysteries. In the vast, infinite reach of the universe, gravity bends and stretches, warping the fabric of space-time itself. Black holes, invisible but incredibly powerful, form where gravity is so strong that nothing, not even light, can escape. These black holes are the deepest mysteries of the cosmos. Areas where gravity's pull is so intense, it creates a point of no return, a boundary between the known and the unknown. And yet, in the quiet of space, there is something deeply peaceful about gravity's presence. It is a constant, a force that is always there, guiding the universe in its slow, steady dance. There is no need for hurry, no need to rush. Gravity's embrace is patient, enduring, and unwavering. As you continue your journey, you begin to realize that just as gravity shapes the universe, it also shapes your experience of it. Gravity's pull keeps you grounded, keeps you connected to this moment, to the universe itself. Without it, you would float aimlessly, adrift in the vast emptiness. But with it, you are part of something greater, something eternal, something that is always in motion, always flowing. You float peacefully in its embrace, feeling a deep sense of comfort in the knowledge that no matter how far you drift, gravity will always guide you, always keep you connected. It is a reminder that we are never truly alone in the universe. The force of gravity binds us all in a dance that never ends, a gentle rhythm that keeps us all moving together. As you float deeper into the cosmos, you notice something that seems to move with you, that follows you through the vastness of space. It is light, soft, and gentle, a quiet companion in the stillness of the universe. Light is not like the other things you encounter in the cosmos. It is not bound by time in the way that everything else is. It is a messenger traveling across the universe, carrying with it the stories of distant stars and galaxies. You begin to reflect on the journey of light. It starts in the heart of a star, at the core of its fiery center, where energy is born in the most intense of reactions. From there, it is released into the cosmos, shooting outward in every direction, traveling across unimaginable distances. You imagine the light as a traveler, moving at the speed of its own existence, ever forward, never stopping, carrying its message with it as it travels. Light bends and stretches, following the curves of space and time. It journeys across the vastness, and in doing so, it tells the story of the universe. The light that reaches you now may have started its journey billions of years ago. Having been emitted by a star so far away, you cannot even begin to comprehend its distance. Yet, in this moment, that light reaches you, a reminder of the passage of time and the vastness of the space between. Time, you realize, moves in tandem with light. They are inseparable, partners in a cosmic dance. The light that travels across the universe is not just moving through space, but through time, too. Each beam of light you see is a snapshot of time, a moment that has been captured in its journey. Every star you see, every galaxy you observe, is a memory, a flash of time from the past, captured in the glowing light that reaches your eyes. In the depths of space, time itself becomes elastic. You think of the concept of time as a river, constantly flowing, yet stretching and contracting depending on where you are in the universe. The closer you are to a massive object, like a planet or a star, the more time seems to slow down, as though the gravity of the object is gently pulling at the very fabric of time. But light, despite its speed, is not affected in the same way. It moves at a constant rate, unaffected by the forces that bend and stretch time in this quiet place. You begin to understand that light is more than just a physical phenomenon. It is a link between the past and the present, a bridge between the distant stars and the world you know. Every ray of light that reaches your eyes is a message, a moment in time, sent to you from the farthest reaches of the universe. And in that moment, you are connected to everything, to every star, every galaxy, every distant world. The light you see is not just a reflection of the universe. It is a reflection of your own journey. Just as light travels across the universe, so too does time carry you forward. You are constantly moving, growing, experiencing, just as the light of the stars moves across the expanse. Time carrying with it the stories of what has been and what will be. And yet, you feel a sense of peace in this realization. Time and light are constant, like gentle companions on a journey that has no end. They remind you that the universe, with all its mysteries, is always with you, just as the light of the stars is always there. Even when you cannot see it, as you drift further, you think of the future, of the stars yet to be born, the light yet to be sent across the cosmos. And you wonder, what will the light of tomorrow look like? What will it carry with it when it reaches new eyes, new worlds, new minds? In this moment, you rest in the soft glow of light, feeling its warmth and its story. You are a part of it, just as it is a part of you. And as time flows, so too does the light, endlessly forward. A gentle reminder that even in the darkest corners of space, there is always light, always time, always a message waiting to be discovered. As you continue your journey, you feel yourself moving through the vast expanse, where the laws of space and time twist and stretch like a never-ending canvas. Here, in this infinite stretch of space, you begin to wonder, what is the shape of the universe? Can something so vast and boundless even have a shape? Or is it something beyond the comprehension of the human mind? You drift softly, your body weightless, floating in the stillness, and imagine the universe around you. You picture it as a great sphere, a perfect ball that stretches on forever, with each galaxy, star, and planet held gently in its curved embrace. In this image, the universe seems to fold in on itself, a never-ending curve that loops back to where it began, an endless circle. But as you float further, you realize that the shape of the universe is not something so easily defined. What if it's not round at all? What if it is flat, like a great sheet of paper, stretching out infinitely in every direction? And yet it would still be infinite, stretching in all directions without ever truly coming to an end. Perhaps you think the universe has no shape at all, and instead it exists as a complex web, a vast network of interconnected strands, each point connected by invisible threads of gravity, dark matter, and energy. In this view, the universe is not a single solid entity, but a collection of galaxies and stars, each moving through the void, constantly shifting and rearranging, yet always tied together by the fundamental forces that govern everything. As you drift through this web, you imagine the universe as a vast, living organism. In this ever-changing universe, shape becomes irrelevant. It is not about what the universe looks like, but how it moves, grows, and exists in relation to everything else. Your thoughts then drift to a different possibility. What if the universe is like a bubble, expanding outward from a central point, its edges stretching farther and farther with each passing moment? In this scenario, the universe has no center, no absolute boundary, but instead it grows infinitely. There is something comforting in this idea of a shape for the universe. If it were spherical, flat, or a web, at least it would give you something to imagine, something concrete to hold on to, just out of sight. Like a puzzle whose pieces are scattered across the cosmos. As you float through the quiet darkness, you realize that the shape of the universe may not matter at all. What is important is not the form it takes, but the fact that it exists in all its infinite complexity. Whether it is a sphere, a sheet, a bubble, or a web, the universe continues to move, to expand, to grow, and to evolve, just as you continue to journey through it. You feel a deep sense of peace as you let go of the need to understand its shape. Perhaps the universe is not meant to be understood in the traditional sense. It is not something to be seen with the eyes, but something to be felt, to be experienced as a part of the greater whole. And in this moment, you are a part of it all, floating in the vastness, moving with the rhythm of the cosmos in the quiet of space. You allow yourself to release the question. The shape of the universe may never be fully understood, and that's okay. Sometimes the beauty of the infinite lies in its mystery. Perhaps, in the end, it is the very uncertainty, the inability to define the universe, that makes it so profound. As you drift deeper into the cosmos, the thought lingers gently in your mind. What if the shape of the universe is simply the shape of our imagination, constantly shifting and expanding with our understanding of the infinite? As you float through the vastness of space, the stillness around you begins to hum. You are no longer alone in the dark expanse. The stars and galaxies swirl gracefully around you, like dancers performing an ancient waltz. Each one moves with purpose, yet there is no hurry. Time itself seems to slow, allowing you to observe their delicate dance. The stars shimmer, their light stretching across millions, perhaps billions, of years. Some burn brightly, their light warm and inviting, while others are faint, their glow so distant that you can barely see them at all. Yet, in the quiet of space, you realize that each of these stars is part of a larger story. They are not just points of light. They are part of something greater, something that stretches beyond the horizon. You move closer to a cluster of stars, feeling their gravitational pull gently drawing you in. These stars, like all others, are bound by an invisible thread: gravity. It is gravity that keeps them together, that guides their movements, that ensures their dance is not chaotic, but graceful. In this cosmic ballet, each star knows its place, moving in rhythm with the others, creating a harmony that stretches across the universe. And then you see them, the galaxies, vast spirals of stars, gas, and dust, swirling through the darkness. Each galaxy is a masterpiece, a dance of immense proportions, with billions of stars, planets, and other celestial bodies moving in a delicate balance. The galaxies themselves seem to pulse with life, their spiral arms extending outward, as though reaching for something just beyond their grasp. You can feel the pull of these galaxies, not as a physical force, but as an energy that resonates deep within your own being. The movement of these galaxies is not just a celestial event. It is a reminder that everything in the universe is connected. Each galaxy is a part of the whole, each star within it contributing to the grand symphony of the cosmos. And yet, despite the elegance and grace of this dance, you begin to wonder, can these stars and galaxies truly be counted? If the universe is infinite, then the number of stars and galaxies must be beyond any human reckoning. How do we even begin to grasp the vastness of it all? You imagine the universe as a canvas painted with the light of countless stars, each one a brushstroke in a masterpiece that has no end. No matter how far you travel, there will always be more stars to discover, more galaxies to explore, more mysteries to uncover. The dance of the stars and galaxies never stops. It is an endless rhythm, a movement that has been going on since the beginning of time. As you float further, you realize that the beauty of this dance lies not in the perfection of the stars, but in their very imperfection. Some stars are born, burn brightly for a time, and then fade away. Others exist for billions of years, their light traveling across vast distances, carrying with it the story of their existence. And in the end, it is the constant motion, the perpetual dance, that defines the universe. You are a part of this dance, too, even if you do not fully understand your place in it. The stars may be far away, their light taking millions of years to reach you, but in this moment, you are connected to them. You are a part of this vast, intricate web that stretches across the universe, a tiny yet important part of the dance that never ends. As you pause and reflect, you understand that the universe does not need to be counted. It is enough to simply witness it, to watch as the stars and galaxies move in their eternal rhythm. The dance will go on, whether we are here to observe it or not. And in this moment, you are at peace with the mystery of it all, letting the quiet movement of the stars lull you deeper into the calm of the cosmos. And so, as you float further into the infinite expanse, you wonder, what is the true meaning of this cosmic dance? Is it a reflection of the infinite possibilities of the universe, or is it simply the natural order, an eternal movement that will never cease? With that thought, you let yourself drift deeper, allowing the rhythm of the stars to carry you as the dance continues, quietly and endlessly, beneath the shimmering light. You are floating once again, but this time you move deeper into the vastness beyond the stars you once knew. A soft pull beckons you forward, as though the universe itself is guiding you into the darkness that lies just beyond the edge of your sight. The stars begin to fade into the distance, their soft glow becoming a memory as you venture further from their light. Here, in this quiet expanse, you find yourself at the edge of the known universe. This is a place where light itself seems to fade, where the vast emptiness stretches out in all directions. Yet, even in this profound stillness, you sense something, a hint of something greater, something yet to be understood. You realize that you are approaching a horizon, a boundary where the familiar meets the unknown. The light you once followed is no longer enough to guide you. It has traveled as far as it can, and now you must face the void without the comfort of its warmth. But in this very darkness, you start to wonder what lies beyond the reach of the light we see. You can almost imagine the universe as a great ocean, and light, like a ship, can only travel so far before it disappears beneath the surface. It moves outward in waves, each one carrying the stories of stars and galaxies far beyond our grasp. Yet, just as the ocean's surface can never truly be touched by our hands, the farthest stretches of the universe are beyond the reach of our eyes. As you drift further, you feel the pull of this unseen space. Beyond the horizon of light, you realize there is a place where time and space become less familiar. A place where the rules we know no longer apply in the same way. The farther you go, the more it becomes apparent. The universe does not simply end, but instead transitions into something entirely different. You are now in the realm of the unknown, where the answers to questions like, "Is the universe infinite?" may lie. The stars that once dotted the sky are no longer visible, but you can still feel their presence, like echoes in the vastness. They are there, just beyond the horizon, waiting to reveal their secrets. But for now, they remain out of reach, and in this place, you begin to wonder, is this endless darkness truly empty, or is it filled with something we cannot yet comprehend? Perhaps this space, beyond the horizon of light, is not void at all, but instead filled with the potential for discovery, waiting patiently for us to uncover it. As you ponder, you sense that you are not alone. The universe stretches around you, like an ancient, silent witness to the unfolding mystery. You can almost hear the soft hum of its energy, a deep, resonant sound that vibrates through your very being. This hum is not loud or overwhelming, but gentle and constant, like the heartbeat of the universe itself. The further you drift, the more you realize that the horizon of light is not a line or a boundary that can be crossed. Instead, it is a symbol of all that we can understand, and beyond it lies the endless possibility of what we do not yet know. It is an invitation to dream, to wonder, and to imagine what might exist in the vast stretches of space that our eyes cannot see. And so, you let go of the need to know. The answers, if they exist, will reveal themselves in time. For now, you simply float in the mystery, allowing yourself to be carried by the gentle current of curiosity. There is no rush, no need to find the end, only the quiet unfolding of the journey. As you begin to relax into the peaceful embrace of the unknown, you are left with a thought. What if, beyond the horizon of light, there is not an end but a beginning? Space where the true infinite begins, where the universe continues to unfold in ways we can only dream of. With that, you close your eyes, the hum of the cosmos gently lulling you toward the next discovery. As the darkness of the night wraps around you, you settle into the stillness, your body sinking deeper into the softness of your bed. The world outside fades away, and you are left in the quiet embrace of the cosmos. Imagine, for a moment, that you are floating in the vast expanse of space. There is no sound, no sensation of gravity pulling you down. You are weightless, drifting gently in the endless night. Above you, stars flicker like tiny pinpricks of light, casting a soft glow across the vastness. Their light reaches you, not as something immediate, but as a story that has traveled across the emptiness of time and space. Some of these stars are ancient, their light having begun its journey long before you were born, and some are new, their bright glow freshly cast into the void, lighting the darkness for the first time. You feel a gentle pull toward them, an invitation to explore. What do they hold? What secrets do they whisper? Yet, as you gaze into the abyss, you begin to ask a question that has occupied the minds of so many. Is the universe infinite? It is a question so simple, yet so vast, it seems almost impossible to answer. How can anything, let alone something as enormous as the universe, be infinite? What would it even mean for something to have no end? And if it does have an end, what lies beyond that? In the quiet of space, these questions swirl around you, almost like the very stars themselves are speaking, calling to you. The answers, perhaps, are hidden in the emptiness. You feel as if the universe itself is waiting for you to ask this question, as though the cosmos has always been ready for your curiosity. As you float, suspended in the cool darkness, you realize that you are not the only one who has wondered about this. For centuries, human beings have gazed up at the sky, their minds filled with awe and wonder. The ancient philosophers, the scientists of today, and even the poets who have written of the stars, each has wondered about the vastness of the universe and whether it stretches on forever. But what does it mean to ask if the universe is infinite? When we ask this question, we are not just thinking about the physical space around us, but also about time. If the universe is infinite, does that mean it has always existed? Will it continue forever, with no end in sight? And if there is no end, does that mean that everything we see, everything we know, is part of something much larger, something that stretches far beyond our understanding? These thoughts drift through your mind like the soft movement of a breeze. As you feel the pull of the universe's mystery, the question itself feels like an invitation to explore, to wander through the stars and see what lies beyond. You begin to feel your body relax, the weight of your thoughts gently easing as you let go of the need for immediate answers. The question of whether the universe is infinite is not something that must be solved right now. Instead, you can simply let it linger like a quiet whisper in the dark as you drift deeper into the vastness of space, letting the journey unfold. In the stillness of the cosmos, there is no rush, no need to hurry. You are simply here, a part of this grand, mysterious expanse. And as you float, you begin to realize that sometimes the beauty lies not in the answers we seek, but in the questions we ask. And as you drift off into the peaceful rhythm of your breathing, you wonder, could the universe really be infinite? Or is it something we will never fully understand? And